OG versus Gaimin Gladiators. This is going to be a nice, juicy game brought to you by Synderen in the blue shirt, Sunsfan in very casual clothing as always. Synderman, welcome.
Yep. Yesterday wasn't exactly the best day for Gaimin. They've made some pretty strong adjustments, I want to say, in this draft compared to the two that we got to cast yesterday. So it does look like they're really trying to find the solution. Totabroooh is very low.
Yeah, he gets off a bushwhack. He had already used his fairy fire. Looks like, oh, the howl. Down he goes. First blood for Seb. You don't see that every day. First blood from that ability.
What's life if you can't laugh at yourself, Shannon?
That's true. That's my entire career in a nutshell. Ari getting caught off guard here. Quinn is there with the damage rune. It's going to end up being an easy one. He'll take it. Quick shackle there, but we're going to see the first coil of the game now. Applied to BZM. He will snap it. TP coming in from Seb with the stun. Illusory orb being dodged by BZM, so he will survive as a result. So in the end, it's a support for support, but Quinn on the other side of the tier 1. Sunstrike definitely not going to hit. They will end up finishing off BZM. Nice play from Quinn.
Yeah, love that from him, and just from Gaimin in general. Just look how much focus they're putting on this mid lane. Just having a good understanding that the two side lanes are self-sufficient, both Magnus and Luna doing well. So they're really piling on the bodies in mid. This Tofu might become the trade, but...
Yeah, he gets off the bushwhack. The wave of terror.
Oh, very good, Shannon. You're learning.
It's blood grenade now.
Just like the AI models that you
Tomato and snare into the Sunstrike.
The last. Yeah, there you go. Whatever.
Seb gets bushwhacked to a tree. Skewer is going to miss completely. Swaps into Ari, but the coil applies to 2. That's going to be the death of Seb at the very least. Whisper coming in, though, with a big arena onto 3 heroes. The spear into the Sunstrike. It's partially shared, but it matters not as Quinn will drop. So it's a 1-for-1. Tomato coming down.
What?
Meatball, I mean. We're struggling to death. Celery time. Tomato with the sleep. I was thinking tomato, you know, same thing.
Oh my god, I thought you nailed it yesterday with the idea of Morph Arcana being milk, but the meatball being a tomato falling out from the sky.
There, into the Sunstrike. BZM with a double kill. He is crushing this game.
We'll see. He went for the Orchid first, which I think is quite telling. I don't think you're going to go Orchid into Ags. It feels a bit weird. So probably travels BKB.
Serpent Wars, they can see the backstab action here. Celery will be the recipient, but they can see Dotabroooh on the side now. That's what they really want. Eclipse comes out, ripping through Seb. He gets off the swap. Keeps him healthy for the time being, and well, Dotabroooh looks like he might actually get out, but now Quinn has come to play. Coil onto 2. Hoodwink comes in with the bushwhack, but the Sunstrike, oh, looks like Quinn's going to be able to get the kill on Ari. He's actually going to survive through this somehow. RP comes through from Ace. Skewer back. Quinn dies to BZM. Maybe not the best of decisions there, and Whisper looks like he'd be taken by Dotabroooh and company. A double kill for the Luna. Ends up being a 1-for-3 in favor of Gaimin. Looks really good for OG early on. And Ace both have one.
It's so hard with power. Shit.
Tornado, EMP into... Oh, they got big RP onto 2 from Ace, but the song comes in to try to counteract this. Ace with his BKB is able to continue to go through, but the Sunstrike coming through onto Dotabroooh. Deafening Blast as well, and the Tomato destroys him, Synderen. Double kill for BZM. The coil from Quinn is there as a sharpshooter.
Holy shit, that's clutch from Seb.
Tofu.
Really nice.
Now on the run. Not going to hit either of these spells. Potentially be good. It's a lot of magic damage, though, for Gaimin.
He is eyeing up the butter for now, at least. So
we're going to see Tofu get dropped by BZM. Meanwhile, Eclipse finally enough to take out Seb. Feels like he's been trying that the whole time, but Dotabroooh, despite having the BKB, takes way too much damage. Yeah. That leads to the double kill for BZM.
Didn't react on the BKB in time to the Whisper blink in.
Push is probably worth it as long as it's not the whole barracks. And Gaimin getting away with murder here.
I don't like this from OG, even if they get the range tracks. I actually think this is a bad trade in the game state. They need to get something out of this.
He's looking to swap. Quinn, the song cancels several teleportations, and that's going to lead to potentially a full set of racks. And Whisper now trying to combo on top of this with the Mars Arena into the Spear, but the RP counter initiation into the Eclipse, but a nice swap from Seb, keeping Tomato alive. Tornado not going to do much with all these BKBs activated. Tomato now completely on the run. I believe the Serpent Wards were also placed, so the building should be falling, but this might be a team wipe if they're not careful. Tomato trying to do as much damage as he can, but he drops in the end. BZM forced to Ghost Walk along with the BKB. There's the Sentry, but likely will not be able to catch up to him. So OG get away with 2.
This frees up the map a bit. It's very nice, especially when you're playing against Naga, that you will have this lane.
Oh, Whisper, he's going to find Ace, who pops the BKB inside the arena. Tomato still has the song to try to get away if they actually want to re-engage here, but the RP is going to be used just on the Mars. Quinn with the coil as well, both on just a single target. And now the Meatball surprise to grab Ally, saving the Magnus for the time being. He actually gets out just in time. Beautifully done. Tomato now taking a lot of the Eclipse charges here, but the Song of Siren is used. Ice Wall connecting, and that is death number 1 for Luna. Gonna spawn right on top of a spear and Ice Wall into the Sunstrike. Down goes Dyrachyo. Does have his buyback intact, but that is a big fight for OG, and they could have gotten Magnus. That was as close as it gets. Because you have to exit the tombstone before it dies, or else you get stunned. He came out with 1 tick available and then blinked away. As Whisper trying to set up some more potential kill. Quinn gets speared to his building and destroyed. And just like that, they're gonna have to double buyback now. The swap is there. Looks like Ace takes the tumble. BZM with the BKB on the run, but it's going for Dyrachyo. This will be a dieback for him, and indeed it is. Quinn silenced dieback number 2 for Gaimin, and that should do it. As OG, the GGs do come out. They take game number 1. This was right after Gaimin had such a good turn of events for them.
Yeah, they got the... group stage, so realistically speaking, the cutoff for 4th is at worst probably 7-7. So a 1-5 start now for Gaimin would put them under a lot of pressure.
This would be a bad start. Yep, Concoction coming from Dyrachyo, trying to slow them down. He gets hit by a tree. Hits it onto Whisper. The blood grenades applied to him as well, but Whisper not taking the brunt of the damage because Tofu, one of the best level 1 heroes in the game on that gyrocopter, will end up getting first blood with Quinn, and then they get a second kill onto Ari. Quinn with a double to open the game.
Managed to find it. Pressure
again. Dyrachyo continuing to take heavy harassment damage. They're going to try to turn this around to Ari, though, as a Concoction will come for him eventually. And it will be enough to deny Dyrachyo and get the kill. He got the XP as well, just perfectly timed.
Was that actually on purpose?
I mean, he didn't cast it, so I would think so, as Celery cleans up Whisper as well.
Together with Alk. Yeah, all right, they're going to put it to you.
Concoction set up by the Frostbite. Acid Spray there as well for that minus armor, and Whisper going to get slowed now by the Nova. It's going to get off an Infernal Blade, but another Frostbite to come, and the first ult from Zeus in the game. A BZM's coming to play as well. Avalanche toss. Seb is there with the power shot, so they get the trade for...
There's something about the dynamic between these 2 heroes when they play that they really enjoy.
All right, normally this would be a whatever kill, but Celery, like you said, very high level.
He's also not dead yet.
Not quite dead. It takes a while. Seb cleans him up in the end, but there's the focus fire coming from Seb onto Tofu. Leads to a double kill for him. Yeah, a little bit awkward for OG.
Looking to put some pressure here on mid. Maybe the idea here, okay, we have BKB on Whisper. They make them fight us, you know?
Yeah, but they're going to get the Avatos from BZM. Looks like Tofu will take the sharpshooter to the back of the head.
Here comes the spiders.
Ace and company trying to flank OG. As there's the Thunderbolt. Man, Ari just gets deleted. There's the Thunder God's Wrath to follow. Whisper forced to BKB. Trying to run away, but he dies with the BKB still active. And now OG fully on the run.
If OG do not do well in lanes, I don't want to be on that side. And that's been the exact situation.
BZM again. Can't blink out now. Frostbite's there. Tofu even making his way over.
In the camp, so he's dead.
He is dead again to Quinn. Gets his Echo Saber just in time. I mean, going back to the draft, how often would you say, as we're going to have to hold that thought, because the Doom has been used.
They don't even get him.
Yeah,
Okay.
Ace is just fine.
This is demoralizing.
That's a big spell down now.
He's very fast with the Yasha and webs, so he just runs away. 400.
Now Ari orchid it up. We'll just assume he's dead at this point. Seb getting a nice shackle onto the Alk, but little damage to follow. Doom is obviously down, so Whisper just trying to run away will BKB TP. This is the state of affairs for OG in this game, too.
Question.
There's nothing else to talk about in this game. Look at the freaking game. Are you watching what I'm watching?
I am.
Smoke,
I'm watching a dead
Dyrachyo, yeah, well, there's nothing Mr. Whisper can do. He's already used everything, so easy kill again for Gaimin. Tomato TP's out, actually. Okay.
That's a nice free one to get.
Insatiable hunger buff, I believe.
Yep. More damage every attack. All right,
okay, Whisper trying to make his last stand here, potentially. Shackle actually connected, but the BKB already came out. Not healing is Dyrachyo. He's just going to run away, though. Whisper cannot catch up. Celery will be the first to fall, so good start for OG, but they lose their doom shortly after.
Oh, that's a good call down missile 3 there.
Yeah, does connect on Tomato, taking a ton of magic damage via Quinn as well. He gets off the Sunder just in time. Now we'll try to run away, but Seb and company have taken so much already, and BZM feels like his damage output wasn't really felt in this fight at all, as Tomato now just hightailing away. The Avalanche should try to get away. Dyrachyo, concussion, blinks and gets the double stun. They kill off Tomato. BZM next on the list as Ace gets both. My goodness, that was actually quite disgusting. As Ari in the trees will fall as well, and the Broodmother has taken over. Ace
looks like a formality at this point. OG aren't even tickling Dyrachyo.
And they just got a 27-minute Midas picked up apparently for the Doom, as BZM taking a decent amount of damage, but it's Whisper who's getting gone on by Dyrachyo. They lose their Hoodwink already. Whisper in the trees, completely out of mana now, as Ace just running wild. Takes out Tomato easily. Whisper next.
All right.
OG, think it's time. I think it is time, as Seb can't call GG yet because he's still alive using that keyboard. Now that he's not, enter GG.
Celebratory freezing field from Celery.
And there it is.
Yeah. All right, that's
so they split it.
That's the biggest stomp I've seen this tournament. That was not even remotely close, and we had a stomp yesterday of our own against Gaimin Gladiators, as a matter of fact. Bet Boom ran them over in the second game, but not to this extent.